You've been eating healthy, salads, smoothies, whole grains, but you still feel bloated, foggy, and tired. What if I told you it's not about eating more healthy food? It's about feeding the right things living inside you? I'm talking about your gut, and the one nutrient that controls almost everything: your weight, your mood, your immune system, even how well you think. It's fiber, and most of us are barely getting half of what we need. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand your gut better than most. Doctors explain it in a 10-minute appointment. Section 1. Why your gut is your second brain. Let's start with something that blew my mind. Your gut has over 500 million neurons, its own nervous system. Scientists literally call it the second brain. It produces about 95% of your body's serotonin. That's the chemical responsible for your mood, your sleep, and your sense of well-being. So when people say, "I had a gut feeling," that's not just a saying. That's neuroscience. Inside your gut lives a community of trillions of bacteria, fungi, and microbes, collectively called your gut microbiome. Think of it like a rainforest ecosystem. When it's diverse and balanced, everything thrives. When it's disrupted by stress, poor diet, antibiotics, lack of sleep, things start breaking down. And here's the connection that changes everything. What you feed your microbiome determines how it communicates with your brain, how well your immune system fights infections, whether your body stores or burns fat, and yes, whether you feel bloated after every meal. The key nutrient your microbiome runs on: fiber. Section 2. What is fiber and why most people are deficient? Fiber is a type of carbohydrate, but your body can't digest it. That sounds useless, right? Wrong. Because while you can't digest fiber, your gut bacteria can. And when they eat it, they produce powerful compounds called short-chain fatty acids, like butyrate, acetate, and propionate. These compounds are anti-inflammatory. They seal your gut lining, they regulate blood sugar, and they signal your brain when you're full. Now here's the problem. The global recommended intake is 25 to 38 grams of fiber per day. Studies show most adults across the US, Europe, Asia, and beyond are averaging only 10 to 15 grams. We are in a global fiber gap, and it's silently affecting your energy, your digestion, your weight, and your mental clarity. There are 2 types of fiber you need to know. Soluble fiber dissolves in water, forms a gel, slows digestion, feeds beneficial bacteria. Found in oats, apples, beans, and flax seeds. Insoluble fiber doesn't dissolve, adds bulk, keeps things moving. Found in whole grains, nuts, vegetables, and wheat bran. You need both. But most people get almost neither. Section 3. Fiber and bloating. The truth. Here's the irony. When you try to eat more fiber, you bloat. And then you quit. Here's why that happens. Your gut bacteria aren't used to it. When you suddenly flood them with fiber, they go into overdrive, fermenting rapidly, producing excess gas. That's the bloating. But this is not a sign fiber is bad for you. It's a sign your microbiome is out of shape. The fix is simple, but most people skip it. Go slow. Add fiber gradually over 2 to 3 weeks. Give your gut time to adapt. Hydrate. Fiber without water is like a sponge with no liquid. It just sits there. Drink at least 2 liters of water daily when increasing fiber intake. Diversify. Don't just eat one source of fiber. Different bacteria eat different fibers. Variety equals less gas, better balance. Watch the culprits. Raw, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower are high in FODMAPs, fermentable sugars that cause bloating in sensitive people. Cooking them reduces this significantly. Give your gut 3 to 4 weeks of consistent fiber intake. Most people report dramatically reduced bloating and a flatter stomach, not from weight loss, but from a healthier microbiome doing its job properly. Section 4. Fiber, immunity, and fighting inflammation. Did you know 70 to 80% of your immune system lives in your gut? There's a thin layer of tissue lining your intestines, 1 cell thick, that acts as your body's border control. It decides what gets into your bloodstream and what stays out. When fiber intake is low, harmful bacteria produce toxins that degrade this lining. The result? Leaky gut, a condition where undigested particles slip into your bloodstream, triggering chronic low-grade inflammation. This inflammation has been linked to autoimmune conditions, allergies, skin problems like eczema, and even depression. The short-chain fatty acids produced from fiber, especially butyrate, directly strengthen that gut wall. They also regulate immune cell activity, reducing inflammatory responses throughout your entire body. Translation: eating more fiber is one of the most evidence-backed things you can do to lower systemic inflammation and support your long-term immune resilience. A landmark study published in Cell found that a high-fiber, plant-diverse diet significantly increased microbiome diversity and immune markers in just 10 weeks, outperforming even probiotic supplements. Section 5. Fiber, your brain and mental health. Remember the gut-brain connection? Here's how fiber plugs directly into it. When your gut bacteria ferment fiber, they don't just produce butyrate, they also trigger the production of neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, the brain's calming chemical. Research published in Nature Microbiology found that people with lower microbiome diversity had significantly higher rates of anxiety and depression, independent of lifestyle and genetics. Another study from King's College London found that eating 30 or more different plant foods per week, a direct proxy for fiber diversity, was the single strongest dietary predictor of a healthy microbiome and better mental health outcomes. Fiber also regulates the HPA axis, your stress response system. A disrupted gut increases cortisol. A healthy, fiber-fed gut helps modulate your stress hormones. So if you've been anxious, foggy, or emotionally flat, your gut might be part of the answer. Section 6. Fiber and weight management. Let's talk about weight, because this is where fiber gets really powerful. Fiber doesn't just fill you up. It changes the hormonal signals your body sends to your brain. When soluble fiber ferments in your gut, it triggers the release of GLP-1 and PYY, two hormones that suppress appetite and slow gastric emptying. You feel full longer. You snack less. You make better food decisions naturally. One meta-analysis, reviewing 62 randomized, controlled trials, found that increasing fiber intake by just 14 grams per day led to an average 10% reduction in calorie intake without consciously dieting. And there's more. Fiber blunts blood sugar spikes. When you eat fiber alongside carbohydrates, the gel it forms slows glucose absorption. Less spiking equals less insulin equals less fat storage. High fiber diets are also associated with lower visceral fat, that deep belly fat wrapped around your organs. That's most linked to metabolic disease. The bottom line, you don't need to cut more. You need to add more, specifically fiber. So let's recap what we've learned. Your gut microbiome is the control center of your health. Fiber is its primary fuel. Most of us are severely under-eating it, and our bloating, brain fog, low immunity, and weight struggles are the consequences. The fix doesn't require a miracle supplement or an expensive program. Eat more whole plants, go slow, diversify, hydrate, and give your gut the 3 to 4 weeks it needs to recalibrate. Start with just one change this week. Swap your afternoon snack for a handful of mixed nuts and an apple. That's an easy 5 grams of fiber right there. If this video helped you, share it with someone who's been struggling with bloating or gut issues. Most people have no idea how much fiber is doing behind the scenes. Like, subscribe and hit the bell. I drop new science-backed health content every week. See you in the next one.